Talk to you guys about how to explode your business using LinkedIn. So is everybody here on LinkedIn? Whoa! Everybody. Anybody here not on LinkedIn? Cool. So I'm sure a lot of you are on LinkedIn, but maybe want to know, well, what do I do now? Okay, I'm on this thing called LinkedIn. It sounds kind of cool. What's next? So today I want to give you some tips. So yeah. So first of all, why LinkedIn? Why is LinkedIn so powerful? I actually did some research and I found out that the average income on LinkedIn is way higher than Facebook, and 28% of LinkedIn users make over $100,000 a year, which is incredible. I mean, where are you going to find that kind of income? It's also the #1 social networking site for professionals, and it's free for most features on LinkedIn. It's really cool. And first tip I want to tell you, the book didn't come out too good, but there's a book called Linked Working. It's by a guy named Frank Agan and Lewis Howes. They're out of Columbus. It's about $15 you can get on Amazon. Definitely get that book. I learned so much about LinkedIn from that book. I actually grew my network when I got that book. I had about 300 connections. I got it in 2009. Right now I have 14,000. That's first level connections. That's not total. That's first level connections. And so it's just unbelievably good book. And so really a real good comparison of LinkedIn is comparing LinkedIn to local networking, because if you really think of it in that way and apply the same rules, LinkedIn is a lot easier to understand. And so in local networking, as you know, the goal is to meet as many people as possible and stay connected to them. LinkedIn, same goal, meet as many people as possible and stay connected to those people. In local networking, joining groups is important, whether it's here, whether it's Toastmasters, whether it's Chamber of Commerce, whatever types of groups you're in, find groups that are related to your niche and join them and be involved. And as you get more involved in the groups, become a leader in the group, stay involved, stay connected. If you just go to one meeting and never come back, then you're probably not going to get any referrals. LinkedIn, same way. LinkedIn has groups, and so what you do is you go find different groups related to your niche, whether it's your business, whether it's your prospects, or maybe your college alumni or hobbies. There's groups on everything in LinkedIn. And LinkedIn actually has a limit of 50 groups, and so I want to encourage you to actually join as many groups as possible so you hit your 50 limit. And then the secret is you stay involved in those groups, and maybe one or two of those groups aren't that popular. Go ahead and drop that group, find a new group, and stay at that 50. And that's what I always do. I'll go and cycle through them and say, well, gee, that group was good, and now I'm not going to stay in it anymore because it's not fulfilling my needs. And then find 50 really, really good groups and stay connected with those groups. In local networking, creating relationships is important. You don't want to be going to events and say, hey, buy my stuff. You want to build those relationships, and that way when they want to connect with you, you can get that sale. LinkedIn, same way. You don't want to be the person going to those connections saying, well, gee, you just connected with me. I'm going to pitch you now. I'm going to buy my stuff. Same thing. And in local networking, the more referrals you get, the more referrals you get. And so BNI talks about givers gain. Same thing with LinkedIn. The more referrals you give in LinkedIn, the more referrals you'll get back. And so LinkedIn and networking, it's very similar, and it's also kind of a symbiotic relationship. If you meet somebody locally, my first goal is always to get them on LinkedIn, because you usually get somebody's business card, has their email address, connect with them on LinkedIn. And conversely too, if you meet them on LinkedIn first, you should try it. If it's a local person, you want to try to meet them, maybe invite them out to an event, or invite them out to lunch or coffee or whatever else. And I make a big distinction between being connected on LinkedIn versus having recommendations, because I'll connect with anybody. I'm what's called an open networker, which means that anybody that sends me an invitation incoming, I'll say, okay, I'll connect with you. However, that doesn't mean that I'll recommend you. Big, big difference. And so with recommendations, what I do is I will only recommend someone if I've actually done business with them or they've done business with me, and I can say, okay, this person does really good work. And now I want to show you some LinkedIn tricks. Get some fun here. The first one is a new program called LinkedIn Signal. Has anybody heard of it? Oh, wow. So, that's where you can actually search for a specific topic, a keyword. And so this example I'm going to talk about is if you're job hunting, you can actually use the keyword hiring and find groups. That's cute. I know. So what I did was I actually used the word hiring, and then I searched just local connections, because if I wanted to search nationwide, I actually filtered it by just local connections. And so this guy's on my second level posted, oh yeah, I'm hiring Java developers. Other guy said he's got Microsoft Web. And then, I mean, there's a whole page full of it. I cut a lot of that off. But you can search for any keyword, maybe something related to your business. Maybe it's a keyword of somebody saying, I'm looking for a banker, maybe. I'm looking to borrow money. Oh, well, I have money to lend you. Interesting thing with the Signal is it actually not only pulls from LinkedIn, it also pulls their Twitter feed. If the person's on Twitter, it also pulls their tweets also. So kind of a cool little bonus for that. Another really cool feature is LinkedIn Events. Has anybody here used LinkedIn Events feature? Have you used it? Good. Does anybody have any events? Have you guys, well, if you've done an event, you got to use LinkedIn's events feature, or even if maybe you're a realtor, you want to promote open houses and those sorts of things, you can use that too. So, some of the things you can promote on LinkedIn: open houses, virtual events, workshops, seminars, networking events. But you'll need a LinkedIn account. You'll need some connections. If you don't have those, it's not going to be very productive. So to promote an event on LinkedIn, what you're going to do is you're going to hit that More tab, and then you're going to install and get more applications. And you're going to go through the applications until you see one called Events, and you'll install it by clicking that button right there. And if you want to find events, if you want to find people's other events they've already published, you can hit that Find Events button. And you can actually see events that are coming up in your area for any date you choose. Or you can choose different locations. So obviously if you're going to go to it, you want to pick the date area. And so for this one, I actually did this in September, and so they had 4 or 5 different events coming up. So to add an event, you're going to click the Add an Event button, and click Get More Details. And what you're going to do is just fill that out: event title, date and time, venue name, location, whether or not you're attending, and then you hit the Add More Details, so you can actually choose the event type, industry, who can event, whether you're organizing it, and then hit Publish. And so this is my event, the Dayton Pulse Meetup. I do a monthly networking event at the Chop House. It's on the 3rd Tuesday. And so this particular listing was to promote my event. And say you publish an event, and then you go, well, gee, I need to change that. I screwed that up. You can hit Manage, and then hit Edit Event Information, and then you can actually change the event. Oh, I need to change this little detail in the event. And then hit Submit, and it updates it. And then having an event is one thing, but then you need to share it with people or nobody's going to see it. So then you'll hit Share, and then you hit the little End button, which pulls up your contact manager. And then you want to filter by location because it's a local event. You want to filter by location, and then you'll just check those little boxes down. I'm inviting this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. And, well, I don't want to invite that guy, so you uncheck it. It's fine too. And you have to invite 50 at a time. That's the limit on your invites. And you hit Finished. And then, boom, there it is. So now it's on my actual profile. It actually shows up on my profile, and also anybody that was on my list actually got an email from me saying, hey, I've got an event coming up. Come see it. And so that's pretty much it with LinkedIn. Anybody have any questions?
Where's the Signal?
It's under News.
It's under News.
Yeah, News, and then LinkedIn Signal.
Carlos, do
Yes.
people just, send messages to each other on LinkedIn, like Facebook?
Yes, you can message people directly on LinkedIn.
When you go to open your LinkedIn account, do you have messages people sent you, or
Yeah, they will actually forward to my email as a direct message.
do you see a rolling timeline like you do on Facebook of what
No,
people
I haven't
posted?
seen
Doesn't do that.
As of right now, I haven't seen anything like that. They have a lot of notifications, and because my network is so big, I turn a lot of that off and block it. But direct messaging, if I want somebody to send me a message on something, I'll get those. That's a good thing. And I'll get messages from people that I don't know, and they want to spam me with, oh, yeah, I want to, some guy in India wants me to do this, and he wants me to subcontract to him and stuff, and I'll just delete those, and if they're really bad, then I can always just kick them off. Any other questions? Yeah.
When you do the events, you can only do the 50 at a time. Do you have to go through the process all over again?
No, it's to share it. It's to share it.
Oh, so you share it, and you can do 50, and then how do you do, you want to share it with more than 50 people?
You want to share it with more than 50. If you have under 50, you can hit one button and it actually checks all the boxes.
Right.
But if you do more than 50, what you do is you check it individually for the first 50, hit submit, and then hit the share button again, and then it goes the other, but your event's still there. It's the sharing part that's 50 at a time.
So you just hit the, okay.
Right. If you have under 50 people you're inviting, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you have that little checklist, because I think I have 300 or 400 local connections, so I can't just hit send to all. It'll crash it. Yes.
You talked about groups that you're limited to.
Yes.
So as an example, when you use LinkedIn, should we go to one of those 50 or hit all of them on a regular basis, or how do you use LinkedIn to best?
One of my favorite things to do, which I didn't even mention, is I'll actually share news stories. So for example, there's actually a button on Firefox you can get called Share on LinkedIn. It's the Firefox extension. And what I'll do is actually, if I have a story on my blog that I want to share, or maybe on somebody else's blog, I'll hit the little button, it pops up a little screen. And then it'll say share this story, and then I'll type in 4 or 5 or 6 different groups, and that way I'm not logging back in and out. And so if you see me on LinkedIn, you'll be like, wait a minute, Carlos just posted that over here. I did it all in like 5 minutes at the same time. So that's why. Yes.
Hey Carlos, do you use just the basic program or do you buy into the premium?
I'm on basic still. I had upgraded at one point, and I didn't gain enough from it. With the premium, you can do more direct messaging, but it's more connected. So many people don't really need it. Because LinkedIn tries to limit, they want you to upgrade. So they're like, well, if you need to contact this guy, then you need to pay more and all this good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, just email them first. So, I think I had upgraded at one point, but wasn't doing it very long.
Well, usually I can click on that.
But to add to that, I do like the LinkedIn Ads program. I do use that function. So.
If let's say we get an invite or an event sent to us, can we share that event then with someone else? Like if it's an open house with another realtor, I believe
you can go into the event. There's a share button that you can also access, and then it's like right under the event. There's a button that says share, and then it'll pop up the same screen, and you don't have to be the moderator to do it. Any other questions? Cool. All right. So, a little bit about me. There's my little spiel here at the end. So some services I'd offer, search engine optimization, which is basically getting someone to the top of Google. I also do web design. I do email marketing. Google Places is a big one, getting you on Google Places, getting that ranked. So mobile media, which is cell phone marketing, and somebody has the QR codes. I do some of this stuff too, this QR code. Building little mobile sites. But the thing about the QR codes is make sure it goes to a mobile-friendly website as opposed to just any old website. That's the big mistake people make right now. Social media marketing, and then just consulting. If maybe you just say, oh, I don't know what to do, I can help you with that. So, got a special offer today. It's my SEO consulting package. I'll determine what keywords are best for your website, show you where your site's ranked, give you suggestions how to get more followers on your social media, show your Google Places, check your website for mobile readiness. That's a big one. Also, we give you a $150 coupon and give you a 3-hour marketing consultation. We'll actually sit down with you and say, okay, here's what you need to do to get online and make your marketing more effective. And right now, I normally offer it for $150. 5 seasons special for you guys, $75. And if you guys are interested, let me know. I got some flyers here with the same info if you want to save it for later. Thank you.